Hey there, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating conversation about the interplay of science, spirituality, and our human experience. Recently, I had this moment where I felt completely transported, almost as if I connected with something greater than myself. Picture this. I was lying down, ready for bed, with some ambient music playing softly in the background. As I closed my eyes, I felt this warm, bright light right in my forehead, and I even thought I saw some playful, swirling shadows. It's funny how moments like this can arise during deep conversations. It's almost like an open invitation to explore something bigger. So, let's unravel the connection between science and spirituality together. Let's start by chatting about science. We often think of science as this rigid set of rules and formulas, right? I mean, there's the idea that it follows strict algorithms for discovery. But the truth is, science doesn't always work that neatly. Sometimes it feels like we're juggling a bunch of different ideas and abandoning some of the prescribed rules. You might think of science like a messy kitchen after a big cook-off, ingredients all over the place, and yet something delicious emerges. That's how physics works too. It's about curiosity and exploration, bouncing between ideas rather than just sticking to a checklist. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. There's this debate in science about being theory laden versus theory independent. Theory laden means that what we observe is influenced by the theories we hold. Think of it like wearing rose tinted glasses. You see the world in a certain way based on your beliefs. On the flip side, theory independence suggests that we can observe things without bias. But here's the kicker. Scientific replication is often tricky because it requires a mix of both. Sometimes we can't articulate why a particular experiment worked or didn't. Healthy discussions often lead to breakthroughs, and that's where the magic happens. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the beautiful patchwork that is physics. It's not just one thing or another. It's a combination of many different pieces working together. Imagine an orchestra. You've got instrument makers who understand gases and liquids, theorists diving deep into complex equations, and then you've got experimenters combining all this knowledge to create new, exciting results. It's like a big puzzle, and the fun part is exploring those border territories where different expertise meets. For instance, between a nuclear physicist and an engineer, that's where innovative ideas spark. Let's sprinkle in a bit of history for context. Back in the early 1970s, there was an interesting project known as the Spear Magnetic Detector at the Stanford Linear Collider. Picture it, engineers and physicists working hand in hand. It was a bit chaotic, yet in the best way. Engineers were focused on cooling systems and wiring, while physicists were trying to make sense of it all. It sort of reminds me of a group project where everyone has a role, and you either work perfectly together or it turns into a comedy of errors. But in that cacophony of ideas and efforts, breakthroughs were made. It's a great example of how collaboration shapes science. Now that we've chatted about science, let's shift gears and explore spirituality. Sometimes when we contemplate the big questions in life like what connects us all, we tap into something deeper. It's those moments of profound introspection that can lead to heightened states of awareness. It's like a gentle reminder that there's more to our existence than just the physical world. Our personal experiences and connections resonate with something universal, and that's pretty cool. Speaking of connections, have you ever thought about how our conversations can lead to these enlightening moments? It's like a ripple effect. When we engage in meaningful discussions, it opens doors to deeper understanding and connection with the cosmos. Our dialogue creates a partnership between our internal thoughts and the universe, enabling us to discover new insights. Those aha moments can sometimes come just when you least expect them, as if your mind is pulling from the universe's library of wisdom. All right, to wrap things up, we've journeyed through science, spirituality, and our human experiences. It's a wild ride, right? What's fascinating is how these realms intertwine and enhance our understanding of each other and ourselves. I invite you all to reflect on your own experiences and maybe share them in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights as we dive deeper into these topics. Until next time, stay curious. Make sure to check out my other videos on science and spirituality.